On March 2, 2021, Sony published a PlayStation blog post telling customers they would still access movie and TV content they have purchased. In June 2026, PlayStation users across the UK and parts of Europe received a different notice. You will no longer be able to access your previously purchased content. Thank you. The removal date was September 1st. A total of 551 films were scheduled for removal, including Terminator 2, Total Recall, Apocalypse Now, The Final Cut, and The Deer Hunter. Each title had been purchased through a Confirm Purchase button. Customers kept their receipts until the removal notices appeared. Sony's terms of service, however, defined those purchases as revocable licenses, not transfers of ownership. That language had been in place years before the removals, appearing in patents, product launches, policy changes, and legal agreements stretching back nearly 2 decades. Long before purchased movies disappeared, Sony had already shut down or changed services that affected access to digital content. In 2008, Sony closed its Connect Music store. Customers who wanted to keep music they had already purchased were instructed to burn each track to a blank CD and then copy it back to a computer as a standard audio file. When the service ended, access ended with it, leaving that workaround as the only practical way to preserve purchased music. In 2010, a PlayStation 3 firmware update removed OtherOS, a feature that allowed users to install another operating system. Although the hardware remained unchanged, the feature was permanently disabled through a software update. When PlayStation owners sued, Sony argued in federal court that customers held a license, not an ownership interest. The same shift appeared in Sony's hardware strategy. Released in October 2009 for $249.99, the PSP Go abandoned physical game discs entirely. Games purchased digitally couldn't be resold, traded, or lent to another player, and they remained tied to the purchaser's PlayStation account. Sony discontinued the PSP Go in less than 19 months. Around the same period, Dutch retailer Netgame declined to stock the console, arguing that an all-digital system offered little long-term value to customers. Sony also introduced UMD Passport in Japan, allowing PSP owners to access downloadable versions of games they already owned on disc for an additional fee. The contrast with Sony's earlier history is notable. In September 1984, the company's plant in Terre Haute, Indiana, pressed America's first commercial compact disc, Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. In September 2012, Sony filed a patent application describing a system that paired each game disc with the radio frequency use permission tag. Before a game could run, the console would check whether the disc met stored conditions for use. If it didn't, the game could be blocked. The application stated that one effect of the system would be to suppress the second-hand game market. 9 months later, during E3 2013, Sony delivered a very different public message. PlayStation executive Jack Tretton told players they could trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever. Sony reinforced that message with a 21-second video showing one person handing a PlayStation game to another. The clip spread widely online and eventually surpassed 21 million views. The patent application was later granted in November 2015 as U.S. Patent 9,183,358 B2 and remains active through 2030. The public presentation and the patent addressed the same subject from different directions. One emphasized players' ability to share physical games, while the other described technology that could restrict secondhand use. Sony's patents weren't the only place these limits appeared. The PlayStation Terms of Service defined what customers were actually buying. Section 10.1 states that terms such as own, ownership, purchase, sale, sold, sell, rent, and buy do not transfer ownership of digital content. Section 10.2 describes that content as being licensed on a non-exclusive, revocable basis. An October 2017 version of the European Terms of Service also reserves Sony's right to remove purchased video content at any time. That language appeared years before customers began receiving removal notices. The hardware was also changing. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, released in 2020, shipped without a disc drive. In 2023, Sony introduced an optional disc drive that required an internet connection before it could be paired with the console. The PS5 Pro, released in 2024, also launched without a disc drive included. Sony's annual Form 20F filings reflected the same shift. For several years, the company listed declining demand for physical media as a business risk. That wording disappeared from the filing in June 2021. In March 2021, Sony announced that the PlayStation Store would close on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, while purchasing functionality for the PSP would also end. The announcement drew immediate backlash. On April 19, 2021, then PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan said, "It's clear that we made the wrong decision here." Sony kept the PS3 and PS Vita stores online, although PSP purchasing ended on July 2, 2021. In August 2022, PlayStation users in Germany and Austria received notices that purchased StudioCanal films would be removed because of what Sony described as evolving licensing agreements with content providers. The notices covered 314 titles in Germany and 137 in Austria, stating that customers would no longer be able to view previously purchased content after August 31st. In December 2023, Sony announced that more than 1,300 seasons of Discovery content were also scheduled for removal because of licensing agreements. Following public criticism, Sony later said customers would retain access for at least 30 months. That period expired around June 2026. Sony did not announce a permanent guarantee, and the original removal notice remained online alongside the decision to delay it. A similar issue appeared in April 2024 when digital purchases from Funimation did not transfer to Crunchyroll after the services merged. During the UK's 2022 review of Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, Sony argued before the Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, that players who switch platforms would lose access to their current PlayStation content library. Sony used that argument to explain why changing platforms could be costly for existing customers, since purchases tied to one ecosystem would not automatically transfer to another. Sony's financial reports also showed the continued growth of digital sales. Digital downloads accounted for 70% of full game sales during the 2023 fiscal year, 76% in 2024, and 78% in 2025. During the final quarter of that period, digital sales reached 85%. Digital distribution also reduces manufacturing, packaging, and retail costs. As development budgets have increased, publishers have relied more heavily on digital sales. A partially unredacted FTC filing in 2023 reported development costs of approximately $220 million for The Last of Us Part 2 and $212 million for Horizon Forbidden West. In April 2026, Sony updated its terms of service to include batch arbitration procedures. According to the complaint in Garcia v. Sony, the company received certified letters on April 21st and May 11, 2026, arguing that customers could reasonably interpret the buy button as indicating ownership. The lawsuit was filed in the Northern District of California on June 18, 2026, and remains pending. No court has ruled on the claims. On July 1, 2026, Sony published two announcements. The first confirmed the production of new PlayStation game discs would end in January 2028. Existing discs would continue to work and reprints of older titles would remain available. The second revisited the PlayStation Store closures announced in 2021. Sony said previously purchased PS3 and PS Vita downloads would remain available for the foreseeable future. By July 10, 2026, a petition opposing the loss of digital ownership had collected more than 250,000 signatures. California's AB 2426 requires digital storefronts to disclose when a transaction provides a revocable license rather than ownership. The law does not require companies to keep purchased content available permanently. The European Commission reached a similar conclusion. Responding to a petition supported by 1.29 million citizens, it said it could not propose a legal obligation requiring publishers to keep purchased games permanently playable. The wider games industry has also continued moving toward digital distribution. Microsoft released the all-digital Xbox Series S in 2020, while Nintendo's Switch 2 introduced game key cards that function primarily as download keys. Sony's manufacturing operations reflected the same trend. At its Taugau, Austria facility, production lines capable of pressing around 600,000 discs per day were being converted to manufacture micro-optical lenses. According to Sony DADC, PlayStation discs accounted for roughly half of the plant's output in 2026 and are expected to represent about 10% by 2028. But that 2028 phase-out is already facing a direct legal challenge. Lawmakers in Mexico announced they are filing an antitrust complaint against Sony over the decision to end physical game production. The filing argues that eliminating discs destroys retail competition, forcing players into a closed PlayStation Store ecosystem where Sony holds a complete monopoly on pricing and distribution. The infrastructure of true ownership is already being dismantled. By September 2026, hundreds of purchased films will vanish from European PlayStation libraries, and by January 2028, Sony will halt production on new physical game discs. The era of owning your media is ending, but the storefront hasn't changed its language. The button still reads, "Confirm purchase," while the contract beneath it confirms it was only ever a temporary license.